In this video, we'll be talking about network address translation. So network address translation, this is just a technique that is used for converting a private network into a public network, and also a public network into a private network. So therefore, network address translation itself is useful to protect devices in a private network, and as well as you can also say it also helps to isolate the public network from the private network from the public network, and as well as we can say this technique, it helps to reduce the number of IP addresses that are there in the internet. So therefore, without wasting of much of time, we can start creating the topology that require us to configure NAT for communication to take place. So therefore, we'll use this router here. We'll get this router. Also pick this switch. We will use this switch. Okay, and networking there, we'll use this access point here. We'll also use this CO7 and this tower here. Okay, so on the end devices, we'll pick a laptop, put a laptop here, and we'll also pick desktop here like this. Okay, so after having done this, now we can connect these devices. We'll connect this to this switch here. Okay, then this switch also connect to the access point. We'll connect also this switch to the desktop here. So in this side, in our private network, we have two types of networks here. We have a wired network and a wireless network as well. Okay, so let's also add another device. We can also add a smartphone. You can add a smartphone here. Okay, but you don't want this smartphone to belong to the private network, so therefore just switch off the Wi-Fi like that. So create a demarcation. So this is the public network, and then this is our private network that we have been given the task to configure. Okay, so public network, private network. Okay, so we can also say, maybe you can say this is the ISP as well at the same time. So let's also connect this. So this server to the tower, it is connected using the coaxial cable. Okay, like that. So this public network will have this network address, okay, with this default mask. Okay, then we have also this private network with this IP address with its default mask. Okay, like that. So therefore, let's set up this public network. So go and set up. Okay, our IP address is 10.0.0.1 since this is the first device. So 255.0.0.0 like that. Okay, so after having done that, you can try to request an IP address here. as you can see, it has been assigned the IP address that we want. You can come back this side and change it, put 2 here, put 252. Okay, you can also include the DNA saver if you want to. Okay, so therefore after having done that, now you can test we able to communicate with this server here. Okay, successful. As you can see here, the message successful, so meaning this device is able to communicate with this server. So let's also configure this router to belong to this network. So this router supports mobile networking, so we say enable or cellular networking, cellular network. So enable, we say configure terminal. So therefore next we say interface cellular 0. So in cellular 0, we say no shutdown to switch on the interface. Next, so as you can see, we now have the connection. So next is we want to be assigned an IP address. So say IP address negotiated. Okay, so as you can see, you have been assigned this IP address. So since this is a router for an enterprise, this assume now it's for an enterprise. So since this is the IP address for an enterprise, therefore we'll assign it manually. So IP address that, and also the mask as well. Okay, great. Okay, so let's come back to this laptop here. We switch it off, remove this interface, and we put the wireless interface. Switch it on, get it connect there. Okay, great. So after having done that, now let's get back to us. Want to set up this network to make sure there is communication. So therefore here the interface that is connected is gig 0, so therefore we'll be working with gig 0 now. So say exit here and say interface gig 0. Okay, and I'll say no shutdown. The next I'll say IP address. So we assign, we get now a gateway address or any valid IP address in within this network here, which is 192.8.0.0. So we'll get the first IP address, so 192.168.8.1. Then also the default mask, which is this 0, like that. Okay, so next is let's also configure DHCP. So we want to configure DHCP so that these devices, they can be assigned IP addresses automatically. It's not easy to manage assigning of IP address manually, especially if the network is very huge. So we'll say IP in the same interface. Don't say exit here, so be in the same interface. So IP DHCP pool. We'll give it, what name can we give it? Okay, we'll name it PN, which is for maybe private network. Yeah, just a private network. Okay, then we say network. What network is this? This same network, more like I'm asking for these credentials here, so I'll just copy the same one. Okay. Paste it here like this. So these are this is a network address for this network, and also the default mask, the mask as well. Okay, so next we say default router. So default router thing, it's more like we are just requested to put, we must put this IP address for this router, same router here. Okay, like that. Then also say DNS server. Okay, so DNS server we can just put to date as well, even though we don't have a DNS server set up here, but it's fine, we can just put it. So say do copy running config startup config. Okay, so therefore we have saved our configuration. So let's make sure these devices are able to receive IP addresses. So go on desktop, command prompt, you can just say IP config / renew. IP config / renew. Oh, renew, sorry, not new, renew. Okay, wait. Okay, so as you can see, it has been assigned the information that we fed the router there. Okay, this is the IP, this is the default gateway, this is our DNS server, this is our subnet mask, and also this is the IP address that has been assigned to this PC. So coming to this one, okay, so the other method of getting assigned and go the make sure that that device is assigned an IP address. You can also just go into IP configuration, then just switch static, then DHCP again, just do a back and forth switch there. As you can see, everything is good. So let's test if there is communication. What's the IP address for this? .3. So go to this router here. So I say exit. Okay. Oh, let me just say end. So I say ping 192.168.8.3. Okay, as you can see, it's successful. So therefore that means this router is able to communicate to this device. So therefore you don't need to set up any routing protocol here. The reason being is this router is direct connected to this network and also direct connected to this network, unless if there was another router here that is handling this network and there's also another network here. Okay, so therefore that being said, since this router knows this network and also this network, can these devices on this other network able to communicate to devices on the other network? Let's try it out. So therefore say this device sending a packet to this server. Let's put it in simulation so that mode so that we can see how the packet is moving. Let me also fast forward them so it doesn't waste our time. Okay, there it goes. Okay, as you can see, come on. Okay, they say it failed. So let's try it again. So as you can see here, the message is being delivered to this server, but this server is not responding. It's not blocking the traffic or not able to respond, but it's not just, it just doesn't, this server here, it doesn't know this network. Okay, so that's the part there. That's where we need the network address translation, because this network is not known to this network, this bigger network here. So therefore we want this network to be translated into the IP address that is assigned to this router, so that these devices can successfully communicate with these devices in the public network. Okay, so therefore this is where we configure network address translation. So say config here, conft, which is same as configure terminal. So so we need to understand, so this is our inside and this is our outside. So this is our NAT inside, this is our NAT outside. So therefore this interface, which is gig 0, it is our NAT inside, the serial 0, which is our NAT outside. So therefore we say int gig 0 IP NAT inside. Okay, next we say int cellular 0 IP NAT outside. Okay, then say exit. So after having done that, now we need to create an access list. So that access list, the one that, since we are configuring dynamic, so that it just gets a bunch of IP address at once, then they get converted into one public IP address. So therefore we say access list 5. Okay, you say permit. Okay, what are we permitting? We are permitting this network, so which is 192.168.8.0 space. Then we can also ask put a question mark. So they are now asking what the wildcard bits. So the wildcard bits is more just flipping the mask. So say what block size are we using? Since this is a default, it means we are using a 256 block size. Okay, then we have to subtract 1 from 256, giving us 255. So therefore in the mask now, when we get the mask, the default, our default mask is 255.255.255.0 like this. So where there is 255, just put a 0 0 0. Then where there was a 0, which was the end here, this was we are supposed to put our mask. Okay, the block size. So we won't put the block size that we are using here, but we won't put the exact, we just have to subtract 1 from the block size. So 256 minus 1, we end up having 255 like that. Then we press enter. So after having done that, now we say IP NAT pool. Okay, IP NAT pool, we give it a name. What name can we give it? We give it PN. Again, our private network. Okay, great. Then they're asking us what the start IP address. So the start IP address will just get this same IP address that we are sent that we received from the internet service provider, this one, which is from cellular 0. So we paste this IP address, which is start, and also we repeat the same one, just put the double. So this is the start, and this will be our end again. We just have one IP address. Okay, then the next you say net mask. So in which network does this belong? This IP address. This IP address belongs to this is the net mask, this one. So just copy the same one and put it here and paste it like that. Oh, sorry. Net mask. Net mask, sorry, like that. So as you can see, all is well. So after having done that, now we have created the pool. This will be the IP address that you want this or any IP address that belongs to this to be translated into. Okay, so any IP address within this network to be translated into this IP address. Okay, so therefore we'll say now next is IP NAT inside, then we source. Okay, source list, source list. Which list are we sourcing? That access list that we created, it was access list 5. So say access so list 5, then pool. What is the pool name that we gave it? The pool name that we gave it was PN. So say PN, then overrode. So after having done that, then just say do copy running config startup config. Okay, so therefore let's test the network. Let's troubleshoot. Are we able to communicate now? Okay, as you can see, it is successful. So therefore that means we are able, this device is able to communicate with this network device here, this server here, So therefore we can also check it out, like what's happening in the network. Let me get it out, this to this. We just want us to see the source IP address. Okay, pause it. So as you can see, what's the source? The source IP address is .2, which is the IP address for this router. Okay, so therefore I hope you have enjoyed, I hope you have learned something. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you encourage me to make more videos like this. Thank you.